Hey, what's up guys? Nick Pell coming to you once again with another video game review. And this week I am reviewing for you guys Dead Island. This game came out around September of last year, 2011. And I got it at that point, but my schoolwork kind of took priority, so I didn't get a chance to really dive into it. So over this winter break I decided to do that. So here's my review. Now, I'm basically just going to talk about the story, characters, and everything in both positives and negatives. So, in terms of positives, Dead Island is a very interesting type of concept because to my knowledge, it's never really been done before. It basically is a story in which the zombie apocalypse is just set on one remote island, and nowhere else in the world is the infection taking place that we know of. And so your main character, whoever it is you choose, you can choose up to 4 characters. You can choose one of 4 characters to play as, and they'll have their different specializations. I chose the woman who was good with sharp weapons because I like to slice things, just how I like to play zombie games. And you don't really get a lot of guns until about midway through the game anyway. Yeah, I thought it was a very interesting concept. And then with the weapons, the ability to customize them, was also kind of enjoyable because I had, towards the end of the game, I had a machete that spewed out lightning every so often when I hit somebody, so that was kind of cool. And then you could customize that with a bunch of different weapons. I also used a fire customization on a sword, and it made it look like, well, like something out of a fantasy game, honestly, and that was really cool. So in terms of customization, I really liked the game, and also its graphics. For the time, like basically last year, the graphics were pretty up to par. It had its glitches, such as there were times when the zombies would be, like I could see the zombies through a doorway, and so I could just slice them up from where I was without opening the door. It made it easier on me, but it was kind of annoying at the same point. In terms of negatives, there's a very big lack of a story in this game. Like, it has cutscenes, and there is a story, but it's not really filled out that much. The 4 people that you can choose from, you play as one of them, and the only time you see the other 3 characters is during cutscenes. You don't see them fight with you, you see none of them except for cutscenes. And I thought that was really a dumb way to do it because it never really introduced us to any of these characters. And I felt that because of that, there was not really a chance to get to know the characters. They're just kind of there. We don't really see how they decide to join up and fight together, anything like that. So that kind of annoyed me. When I first saw the cutscene, I'm like, when did this happen? Why are we fighting together? And so, yeah, that was kind of stupid. And then there's no focus on characters. Like I said, there's no really filling out of the individual characters. I play games for the story, so when there's a lack of a story, it kind of bugs me and it makes it feel like it's kind of no reason to play. And there were points where it was like that. Like, the mission system is basically go get this, go kill these zombies, do whatever. And for the first third of the game, maybe a little less than that, there really isn't much of a story. You start out in the hotel after the zombie apocalypse, and you basically wake up to it, and then there's a guy talking to you. You get saved by some people, and you find out that you're immune. And then for the next 3 or 4 hours, depending on if you do side missions or not, there really is no story. It's basically just go get this so we are able to survive more. And then another thing that bothered me about the game is how unbalanced it was. You have no idea how many times I would die in this game, just because I got swarmed by zombies, or just, like, half the time I can just slice zombies up really easily and they go down just like that. The other half of the time I get swarmed, my attacks barely do anything, and it's just a pain in the ass, honestly. And then even with the dying, half the time when I'm trying to get to an objective, and I'll die a few times trying to take out zombies, because this is another thing I love. It's so easy to die, and then once you die, you're basically at the exact same spot. Nothing has changed. It's like you didn't even die, and you just basically got all your health back. So in terms of making the gameplay easier, that was kind of nice, but it's kind of stupid too, because it could have just made the enemies easier to kill, so you don't have to die that much. and it would have made it for more of a fun game. Also, towards the end of the game, you should not be able to get killed as easily as you were during the first few missions of the game, because I was in the final area and I was just getting taken out just as easily as I would have in the very first part of the game, and that annoyed the heck out of me. I think that they should have included like body armor or some sort of way to up your defense so that you're not going to be killed as easily by the zombies when you're towards the end of the game. That just annoyed the heck out of me. Yeah, so that's my review. I would say if you have the choice, rent it, because I don't know, it was a decent game, but it wasn't great by any means. You see these negatives. It's got a few collectibles in it, which make it kind of fun, but I really have no incentive to go back and play it again. There's nothing that's going to change. Like I said, the characters have no story, so it's not like you're going to see the background of all these different people if you play through it as a different person. So there's really no incentive to play it a second time. So you can just play it through one time like I did. I ended up skipping most of the side missions towards the end just because I was like, I just want to be done with it. It's not really worth my time. And the final battle was really that much difficult with her having not done them. So I'd say rent it, and that's my review. Wait until the end of the credits and I will talk about the ending really quick, because that's something that I want to talk about because I just finished the game, so it's fresh in my mind. So like, favorite, comment, and subscribe if you so choose. I would highly appreciate it if you do. Wait till the end of the credits to see my talk of the ending of the game. It'll be just like a 1-2 minute thing. But yeah, as usual, my name is Nick Pell, and as usual, my good people, keep on gaming. Now, for the ending of the game, so yeah, spoiler alert, stop watching if you don't want to hear how it ends. You end up on the roof of the prison, and White, he transforms and whatnot, because he gets bit by his wife, which is kind of a Bioshock-y ending, which I kind of saw coming, because it sets it up the exact same way at the beginning. You find yourself in this really weird situation, a guy talks to you over the radio, tells you what to do, and then you go do his test and he ends up betraying you. It's kind of an annoying system, and I don't really like it that much. But besides that, after you take out White, you see the end cutscene, and it's like, alright, this island's doomed regardless, and the government's just gonna nuke it anyway. And then they just leave. It's like, what about the other people that are still there? That kind of annoys me, because there's like Cinemoy and his survivors, there's the survivors at the lighthouse, there's the jungle survivors, there's the city people at the church, there's prisoners. It's like, it's like, what's gonna happen to them? They can't just leave and then not come back and be like, alright, you're all screwed. I don't know, it just didn't seem logical, because for the whole game they basically seemed like, alright, we're gonna help out these people, and because we're nice people and everything and whatnot, but then they see their chance to leave and they just take it. But I guess it's reflective of human nature and selfishness and whatnot, so that, in that sense, it might make sense. But regardless, it still annoyed the heck out of me that that's how it ended. I don't know if Dead Island Riptide follows up on any of it. It might. I have no idea. I have no real knowledge of the game whatsoever. I wasn't even thinking about getting it before playing this. But yeah, that's my take on the ending. I didn't really like it that much. It felt kind of empty, but that's because there's little story in this game whatsoever. So that's my take of the ending. What did you think of it? Message me or something. Thanks for watching this. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. My name is Nick Pell. As always, keep on gaming.